So here we are on the Webiva Content tab on a brand new site. You'll see that on a brand new site there isn't a whole lot of anything here. That's because we haven't actually added any dynamic content types to our site. Now, to understand what would go here in a real site, you need to understand a little bit about how Webiva works and how it makes a distinction between your site's structure and its static information and your site's kind of dynamic content. So this first tab, the website tab, is where you define the structure for your site. To jump into the editor, that's where you can go in and you can kind of add in static information. This information isn't going to change. It's just going to stay as it is. But we've also got all these different paragraph types, and what some of them do is they actually add in, they pull from the content tab to add dynamic data into your site. So I think that's probably a little abstract, so let's take a look at a real site and see kind of what parts are static and what parts are dynamic. So here we are on Evil Genius Robot Supply. If we jump into the page editor, you'll see that there's some basic paragraphs here at the top. So this is just a static image. These are some kind of static landing images. Then we've also got this product listing paragraph that pulls the dynamic products from the site. So if we jump back into the page, you can see we can click on one of these products and it's going to jump right into the detail for a product. Product also appears on the individual category pages. So looking at the content page for the content tab for the Evil Genius Robot Supply site that we just looked at, you can see that there's kind of a lot more stuff here. We've got our blog, so the site has a blog, we've got the shop, we might have some image galleries, we might have some of these things which are generic custom content models. Also got feedback ratings. Kind of what appears here really depends on what modules are activated and kind of what pieces of content you've added in. So if we added another blog, for example, to our site, we'd see another blog show up here. So the idea behind content is to make it very easy to add kind of information to your site, but not worry about kind of styling it every time you create it. It's also important to just be able to add it in one place and then be able to use that content kind of throughout the rest of your site. So here, for example, we can just go in and we can kind of edit our blog just by easily kind of adding in whatever data we need. And then that, that content for that blog, that'll show up on our generic blog list page. It'll show up on the information for each individual post, and it'll also show up in our RSS feed. So we get to edit in one place but have it show up in a whole bunch of different places. This is kind of contrasted with static content, which only shows up on the pages you added into the system. So if we click on our shop and we jump into our product catalog, you'll see we've got all our products defined here. So if we jump over to the belly bottoms product, this one that we're looking at here, we can, for instance, modify the price, change it to $250, and then if we reload the page here, you'll see that the price has been updated to $250. It's also been updated in the category list, and it's been also updated on the home page. So the advantage of using dynamic content as opposed to obviously updating in 11 different places means that you can kind of style and pull your data however you want in a whole bunch of different places on the site, but only have to define it in kind of directly in one place. So now there's also this idea of custom content models, and what these let you do is go in and create custom models that have individual fields that you can control. So we can add in a whole bunch of different kind of fields, and then when an admin goes in to add an entry into this content model, they can easily select just a couple items, and we can decide how we want to style that on the front end of the site. So custom content models can get a little complicated because they're very powerful, but there's a lot of different things you can do with them. They're sort of the Swiss Army knife of Webiva. So we'll save them for another screencast to go into in detail. All right, well that's about covers most of what is going on the content tab.